He gets a 3-year, $42 million deal. Okay, I think a lot of people are going to blame the Padres because they didn't sign Profar. Remember, Profar played last year for $1 million. He had a career year. I mean, and I'm going to get to his numbers here in a minute. But I've been saying all offseason, you can't bring him back. You can't give him 12 or 12 and a half or 13 million. You just can't do it. He's going to be 32 years of age on February 20th. He's coming off a career year, 280 hit with 24 bombs, 85 RBIs. The best overall year he's ever had. He also was the starting left fielder in the All-Star game for the National League. Jurickson played great. He had 305 last year prior to the All-Star break. And then things kind of declined the second half, and he's battling that knee. And I don't know if that knee is completely 100%. He's been working with Fernando and his dad once again during the offseason. He got a great deal. I mean, 3 years, $42 million. He's going to get $14 million per year. Padres can't pay that to Jurickson Profar. They really can't. And I don't think anybody in Padreville, us Padre fans, we couldn't expect the Padres to pay Jurickson Profar $14 million. That you just can't do that. He's a journeyman ball player. I know we need a left fielder. I understand that. I don't know who's going to play left field. But I'm sure A.J. Preller's got a good idea. I got to believe in A.J. on this. I really do. I mean, look at Profar's numbers. I mean, he's been in the big leagues for 11 years, folks. Last year, I mentioned 280, a 380 on base percentage, a 459 slug. Okay, now let me give you his lifetime numbers. And he's been at the plate a lot. He's been at the plate, just over 4,000 times in total plate appearances. But his career on base percentage at 331. Last year, 380. His career batting average, 245. Last year, he hit 280. And his slugging percentage last year was 459, career 395. He surpassed all of it. My bet is he can't do that again. And that's a great year. And I'm not saying that, it was a fluke. I mean, Jurickson Profar plays the game, I think, the right way. And I'm not going to sit here and dog him. Because anytime in a Padre uniform, he played his tail off for us. He played with a heart. He played with passion. He was a great teammate. He developed into being a very, very nice left fielder. There's nothing bad to say. I got nothing bad to say about Profar, but I can't pay him if I'm the Padres $12 million, let alone $14 million in a long-term contract. I just can't do it. Now, what's that going to do to this ball club? I mean, he was one of the real catalysts. You've got Luis Arraez if he's still here. I'm not sure Arraez will be here. They can dump $14 million. I'm not saying that the Padres are going into a fire sale. I have no idea what they're going in. Nobody's saying nothing. I'm sure the general manager can't talk. We know about the lawsuit from Shield Seidler, suing a couple of Peter's brothers. They're not saying anything other than that they don't feel they've done anything wrong. We haven't signed anybody. We signed Tyler Wade, a utility guy. He gets $900,000. And then we signed a few guys, one of them being Martin Maldonado, a minor league contract and invite to spring training. We haven't signed anybody. Really, I mean, aside from Tyler Wade, Padres have spent zero money in free agents. Now, Profar, there was talk he was going to the Yankees. We even heard he might go to the Dodgers, which I never believed that. But, hey, I wish Jurickson the best. You're going to play left field. You got Michael Harris, who's a hell of a player in center field, and Ronald Acuna Jr. be coming back from, a serious knee injury. And those guys can play, man. Michael Harris could flat out go get the ball in center field. Acuna is as good as anybody in baseball when he's healthy. But Profar gets this great deal. But what'll be interesting, not only are you having to replace Profar in the outfield and, up in the batting order, he's also a clubhouse guy. Everybody likes Jurickson. I mean, everybody likes him. Even the kids like him. that are sitting down at field level and getting interactions. He's got that big smile. There's nothing not to like about him. It just, I don't know if he can. I would bet that he's not going to hit 280 and hit 24 dingers and drive in 85 runs. Maybe hit 270, which isn't bad, but I'm not going to pay $14 million for a guy that hits 14 home runs and drives in, 55 runs and hits 270. I'm not going to do that. Now, you could go with Terso Ornelas. Terso Ornelas, let me tell you a little bit about him. Most of you have no idea who this guy is. 24 years of age. Left-hand hitter, right-hand thrower. Had a good year in AAA last year, but that's AAA. Hitter-friendly league. 297, 23 long balls, 89 RBIs. Brandon Lockridge, a guy that, is on the roster, on the 40-man roster, but hey, let's face it. He's not going to be an everyday major league player. He's going to come in, play defense, be really your fifth outfielder, not even your fourth outfielder. On most ball clubs, they'd be your fifth outfielder, and guy maybe going up and down between the big leagues and AAA. But that's what the Padres have right now on their 40-man roster. Terso Ornelas, maybe it's his time. Maybe he comes in, plays for the league minimum, and does a good job. We'll have to wait and see. Now, the Padres payroll. The opening day payroll right now is projected at 197. And I know I think they'd like to get it down. I think it's going to be over 200 million. Remember, they got to go to arbitration right now unless they settle. They got to go to arbitration with Michael King. I still think one of the boys is going. Whether it's a Rise or whether it's Dylan Cease, one of those guys is going bye-bye, I think. I would be shocked opening day if Dylan Cease, Michael King, and Luis Arraez, I would be shocked if all three of those guys were on the roster. And maybe just in a trade, maybe you can get a left fielder. I'm not asking for a left fielder that can hit 35 bombs. I would love that, but you're going to have to pay the price. Padres are going backwards in payroll. We got to understand that. And they got to build their farm system up again. But Jurickson Profar, hey, I salute you, man. You came in here and really got your career on track. I mean, you take a look. He was the number one prospect in baseball for a couple of years with Texas in the minor leagues. Then he had some significant injuries that really held him back. Got to the big leagues with Texas, went to Oakland, came to the Padres. Padres gave him a nice deal. He opted out, ended up signing a year ago in 2023 with Colorado. Statistically, his numbers, and remember, everybody talks about Colorado, how your numbers are always inflated. Statistically, and by WAR and whatever analytics we wanted to look at, when Jurickson Profar got released by the Colorado Rockies, he was statistically the worst player in the National League. And I said on my radio show, as soon as he got DFA'd, I go, Jurickson Profar will end up signing with the Padres. Well, bingo. As soon as he cleared waivers, they signed him to a minor league contract. He played, three games down there in AAA, brought him to the big leagues, finished 2023, playing really well, and they bring him back in 2024, and he has a career year. Let's see what he can do with the Atlanta Braves.